Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And welcome to our vlog. You join us on a...
Well, it's overcast, isn't it? But it's actually quite warm and sultry, isn't it?
It is.
Quite close today.
I'm hot and sweaty.
Yeah, but we've still got fleeces on, haven't we? Because it was a bit cooler when we came out.
It was, yeah. We've just walked 20 miles, so...
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. We've just walked up the slope to St Mary's Church in Grafton Regis,
where we are now, as you can see.
We're moored just on the Grand Union Canal, just below the village here.
Yeah. And
it has connections with the Woodville family, who have connections with whose daughter, the Elizabeth of York, married Henry VII.
Good honour.
It's lots of history here. And it's a lovely church, as you can see. We've been inside, haven't we?
Yes.
And had a brief look round. And
you'll see that, it's lovely, absolutely lovely.
Yeah, read some of the history. So what have we done in this video, my darling?
Well, we've moved from a mooring that we was at before.
Yeah, we met Julie and Martin from Rhapsody in Blue there.
We did,
Yeah.
yes. We spotted them, and they very kindly gave me a lift back to pick my car up, so that was good.
You hitchhiked a lift on their boat, didn't you?
Yeah. As Martin said, it was his airline. He did his airline bit, which was kind of, we're arriving at this bridge number, blah, 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 and don't forget when you depart to take all of your luggage and all that lot. He did all of that, and anyway, thank you, Martin. Thank you, Julie.
Yeah.
So
where did we go from there? We went through Blisworth Tunnel, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, we had a lovely week with your sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And then like you said, we went through Blisworth Tunnel
and moored up in Stoke Bruin.
Yeah.
Again, really nice, wasn't it?
Lovely, absolutely lovely. We went in the boat inn, didn't we? And had a pint in the boat inn, so that was nice. Did. And we came down through the locks. And then we moored up at the bottom,
for a couple of days as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we moved on. So, I hope you enjoy this video anyway. It's a fairly short one, but there's some interesting stuff in it as well. This is 5 things we should have known before we bought a boat.
Yeah.
And those 5 things are...
What are those 5 things? About the solar.
One of them was about the solar panels. We should have, when we bought the boat, we should have not had the flat solar panels. Yeah. We've discovered long after that actually
they're not as efficient, are they?
No, their efficiency drops off quite a bit.
Yeah.
When the boat roof heats up, it makes the efficiency of the solar panels take a dive. But you'll notice that we've bought new solar panels to put on the roof, which are flat ones, not stuck to the roof. We've left the old ones there for now. But we're going to do a video about the solar and the batteries a bit later on. That'll all be in a up and coming video. We'll do a review of what
batteries.
Of what we use electric wise and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One of the things we did discover as well was that even though we've gone over to lithiums and we've actually increased our electricity content, if you like, we've also still kept the gas. And some people have said, well, wouldn't you want to go to full electric? And we've actually avoided that. Yeah,
because we like to have the option of having another method of cooking.
Yeah, same as heating. We discovered that because our Webasto packed up, and therefore we didn't have any central heating. We only had the fire, the solid fuel fire.
Yeah.
But that was good because it showed us that actually we've got another alternative to be able to
and also
use.
the hot water, isn't it? Because
the
Webasto heated our hot water.
That's right, exactly.
So we've also can heat the hot water via the engine.
Yeah.
And via the immersion heater that we've got.
Yeah.
So that's 2 things. So knowledge about solar, dual systems.
Yep. And also condensation, damp.
One. Yeah, dampness.
Dampness in the boat. We should have known, or at least we didn't realise that actually boats get damp. It's not just on the windows. Boats actually get damp in any places where they're enclosed.
Yeah. So wardrobes,
cupboards,
under the bed,
those sort of things.
Anywhere that is storage, to be honest.
Yeah.
So under seating, and that sort of thing. There's dampness there, so. So we've had to counteract that by under the mattress, of course.
Yeah.
So we have a dry mat under our bed.
Yeah.
And we have the condensation absorption things.
Yeah, we have them under the bed as well.
Under the bed and in the wardrobe and in the cupboards, don't we?
Yeah.
So that's to help prevent a build-up of mould.
Yeah. We don't actually get mould as such, but it gets a bit musty and it gets...
get a little bit under the bed, but
we tend to... What we've done, we've lifted everything up off the floor so that we keep everything up off the floor so that there's a bit of an airflow. And we are considering putting fans and that sort of thing. So if any of you in the comments, because we know there's a good number of boaters out there that have got good ideas, if any of you have actually discovered brilliant ways of actually combating the mould and the condensation under beds and that sort of thing, just let us know in the comments below, because it'd be really interesting to see, because we're looking at seeing what we can do other than what we've been doing. Yeah,
of course in the winter we've got the solid fuel stove going, which dries it out a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is a must, really. We did notice that when the boat was left over winter, that's when there was more of a problem, wasn't it?
Yeah. The other thing is storage or lack of storage or storage, and I'm sure lots of people have this, where you put something away and you can't find it. You know it's on the boat, it's either at one end of the boat or it's at the other end of the boat.
Not many places it can be, is there?
You think to yourself, my goodness me, how can I lose this item in such a small space?
We have thought about making a list of where everything is, haven't we?
Yeah, so every single item.
If you've done that, then let us know. Let us know if it worked.
Yeah, because I feel like I need to list every single cable, every single nut and bolt, every single tool, where they are, because when we have to look, it sounds easy. It sounds really easy. It's in a 57-foot boat and it can't be anywhere else but there. Sounds nice and easy, but when you do it and you have to pull everything out, you have to wreck the boat in order to find something, then it's not where you thought it was, so you wreck somewhere else. And then when you do eventually find, on the way to finding that one thing that you want, you go, oh, that's where that is. You find something else
you were looking for.
So you put it back thinking, I must remember that that's where I've put it. So you find the thing you want, you put all the stuff back, and you are knackered at the end of the day because the whole place looks like a tip, and you've had to go through, and you spent all day trying to sort out what you wanted.
It's true.
And then 5 minutes later you think, oh, I could do with that thing I needed. Where did I put it? I know that I put it somewhere safe because I saw it the last time, but where was it? So anyway, I'm sure the same thing happens in houses, but the difference is, I suppose, that you don't have to wreck the whole house in order to find things, generally.
Generally, yeah.
We have to make sure that everything gets put back, otherwise you can't live, you can't move.
Yeah.
And the other thing, the last thing of all, is maintenance.
It's continuous, isn't it? There's always something to do. And we left our boat for about 18 months and it's all built up.
Yeah, even though we weren't there, things go wrong. How does that work?
The Webasto went wrong, didn't it, while we wasn't there? We came back and it suddenly just wouldn't work.
Yep. The jobs that mount up, we've got a list, we keep a list of jobs.
And that list is ever growing.
And it just keeps growing and growing. I mean, the boat is named Dunworkin, but let me assure you, we haven't done working.
It's a constant battle, isn't it?
It is.
To keep on top of maintenance.
It is.
Yeah.
We're not complaining.
No.
We love the life on the boat. But we sometimes wonder, can it be easier? Can we make things easier? And we'd love to hear any comments from yourselves.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about your boat and whether you've got it sorted.
Yeah.
Someone may go, oh yeah, I've got it all listed down on my computer and I know exactly where everything is. I can lay my hands on everything.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are lots of people that have the same problems.
Yeah. So let us know. Should we get on
with
the
that,
video?
we better get on with this video. So lovely to talk to you and come along and join us on this journey.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you in the comments.
Please comment down below. We love hearing. We answer everyone.
Yeah, please let us have a nice thumbs up.
Yeah.
So we better get on with this video and bye for now.
Bye for now. So, Rhapsody and Blue have turned up and Pat's hitched a lift back to the car. Oh, it's a bit windy.
Go, go, go! Then I'll show you how a single-hander does it.
Show off.
We'll let that cuddle now.
Bye. See you later.
See you soon.
And you. Keep in touch. That's a nice handy mooring. We've been there for 5 days while my sister and her husband visited. And we could park the car just above that bridge. So that was nice and handy. And definitely stay here a bit longer when we come back. The only thing is the train track is very close and it was quite loud and they do run all night. So this is a Blisworth corn mill, built in 1879 by John Wesley Jr. to replace an old mill in Stoke, apparently. Sold in 1920 to the Northampton Co-op, and then again to the Grand Union Canal Company in 1930, by which time it was used as a warehouse. And it stayed as a warehouse until the year 2000, when it was made into 21 residential flats. Apparently used to store thousands of tons of tinned food in World War II. We're just coming up to Blisworth Tunnel. 3,075 yards long and pretty wet apparently. Pat's just using his horn because we can't actually see whether there's any boats coming. And that apparently is a little legger's hut for when they used to leg the boats through. Certainly can't see the end, and this apparently, like I said, is pretty wet. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can just about see a light at the end of the tunnel, but that might be another boat coming. It is a two-way tunnel, and they used to leg the boats through here. But today it'll probably take us about half an hour. And that's the view behind us. We're about 300 metres in. And it's good to be back into daylight. And there is one of the concrete rings that they lined the tunnel with. Kind of midway.
Good for daylight.
And I presume that's another legger's hut. We've just left our mooring on the 2-day moorings at the top of Stoke Broom Locks. And we're just going to pop in and get some water, and then we'll make our way down the locks. There's private moorings on the left hand side here, and 2-day moorings on the right. So Pat's on his way in, the first lock of the day, and here you have the lovely boat inn, and opposite is the Canal Museum. And there's the other pub at the bottom of the first lock. And we have a lock buddy now. So that's brilliant. And thankfully, there's a lock keeper on at this lock. So that's good. So this is number 3 lock. And the single-handed boater has got ahead and prepared the other lock. Oh, he's back. So here we are on the 6th lock, one more to do. And we've caught up with the car. So we're going to moor at the bottom of these locks for a few days, get some washing done, fill up with water probably a couple of times, and that'll be it, at least for a few days. Look at these lovely little lock cottages at the bottom of the locks here.